We've all heard of Adam and Eve, the first couple of human beings created by God according to the Bible. But an old Jewish tradition claims that Eve wasn't really the first woman. According to this belief, before Eve, there was another lady who arose from Adam's rib and clay alongside Adam, and she is regarded as the first woman ever. Manifesting herself in demonology, she has transcended across countless religions and even to this day continues to emerge as a character in various aspects of contemporary culture. The name of the woman we're talking about is Lilith, the mother of demons. Hello there, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll look at one of the most infamous female figures in demonology, Lilith, and her roots in ancient mythology. But before we get into her myth and find out which legend she originated from, who she is, and how her influence as a mythical figure leads many to interesting questions about Judaism and Christianity, make sure you like and subscribe to stay updated of our future uploads. Now, without wasting another moment, let's get right into it. So, Jewish mythology is an unusual, fascinating subject, and Lilith is possibly the ultimate symbol of its distinctive tale. She was popularized by Goethe, one of the first great writers, and has been popular in the Western world since the 19th century. But who exactly is Lilith? If you read the first few chapters of the book of Genesis in the Bible, you'll note that there are two somewhat different versions of the creation of human beings. In the first occasion, God is claimed to have created man and woman at the same time. However, there is a different version of the tale in Genesis 2 that most people are familiar with. In this passage, we see God creating the first man, Adam, out of dust and then placing him in the Garden of Eden. After bringing him to life, God instructed him that he must devote himself to the garden. However, only after a short while, God realized that he should not be left alone to work, so he tried to find Adam a suitable company. But after bringing him one of each animal on the planet to be his companion, none of them appeared to be the right fit, so God tricked Adam into a deep sleep. And while he was unconscious, he took one of his ribs and created Eve from it. Adam recognized Eve as part of himself and hence considered her as a suitable mate. We can presume that God formed man from dust in both circumstances, even if the verses 1, 26, and 27 do not mention that males were created from dust, but women, in this case, Eve, were produced from both dust and Adam's rib. And the Eve we're talking about is considered to be the replacement of Lilith. But why was she replaced? Stay tuned to find out. For her appearance, Lilith was a stunningly attractive and well-dressed woman who has been characterized as the epitome of feminine beauty. According to Jewish mythology and beliefs, Lilith has long black hair and is known as a night demon who is attractive and erotic, but also dangerous. And she steals newborns and small children on a pitch-dark night. This view may be traced back to Mesopotamian religion, where once lived a person known as Lamashtu, the daughter of the sky god Anu. Lilith was a wicked goddess to some and a demon to others, a creature who terrorized mothers during childbirth, stealing their children, sucking out their blood and marrow, and chewing on their bones. She would suck men's blood too, and consume their flesh. She invaded people's dreams only until nightmares remained. And wherever she went, sickness, disease, and death followed her. So by now, we've seen two different Liliths. The first is the woman created by God, and the other is a demon. How can this be, you might wonder? She could only have been made in one of two ways. To make sense of Lilith's transition from the first woman on earth, created by God, to the mother of demons, queen of hell, Lucifer's bride, and so on, there must be a point in between when she was born and later became a demon. That's what we'll look at now. So Lilith adored her husband Adam, but the relationship grew bitter when Adam insisted that she surrender to him and obey his orders without question. One day, when she was casually strolling through the primeval plains, she encountered Lucifer, also known as Satan, and she mentioned the ongoing argument between her and Adam. Satan tried to persuade her to join him in his evil journey by manipulating her throughout the conversation. He told her that because she was made of the same clay as Adam, she was equal to him and hence should not be beneath him. She was enlightened. She made the decision to leave Eden and abandon Adam, after which he became much more lonely, realizing that he loved her. In order to solve this problem, God sent 3 angels to bring Lilith to Eden when they discovered her in the Red Sea. She refused to return to the garden and cursed them, so they pinned her with their spears and hung her over the Red Sea. Then they began to scare her with terrible punishments if she rejected God's message. God quickly realized that she would not return to Adam or submit to him. So he created Eve from Adam's ribs. Lilith realized too that he would only listen to Adam and not to her. When she found that she had been replaced by Eve, she became jealous of her. Following this, she was banned from heaven. So she became extremely cruel and cunning, and later eloped with Satan to hell. Her punishment and abandonment from heaven left her angry and resentful towards God. There's another version to this story too. According to the Muslim legend, after leaving Adam, Lilith went ahead and slept with Satan, and this union resulted in her creating the first monsters on earth, terrorizing the children of Adam and Eve for centuries. Her demonic children would drag humans down a cycle of horror, corruption, and sin, pushing them away from the light of God. This is especially visible in her habit of devouring human children and causing miscarriages in pregnant mothers. She is believed to enjoy playing sadistic games with her victims, particularly when they are defenseless and weak. As time passed, there were folktales that depicted Lilith as a demon queen, thereby linking her to Asmodeus, who is often regarded as the demon king. It is believed that they had thousands of demon children who traveled from village to village, causing destruction. A character of Lilith can be found in the Sumerian poem, the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is basically the very first version of the Bible. On one side, people believe that Lilith is one of the most cruel and nasty demons to have lived, while the other has a more modern interpretation of Lilith's character, who would identify her as a woman who was punished for demanding equality. But regardless of how confusing and twisted the original references are, the story of Lilith is a cultural concept, and maybe that is why it's talked about so often today. So this was the story of Lilith and her various depictions, which leads us to the end of this video. We would love to know your take on her story in the comments below, of whether you see Lilith as a rebel against injustice or a spiteful wild-haired demon. Also, if you enjoyed this video and are curious to listen to more of such mythical stories, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and check out our previous uploads. We'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.